the safe area.
Good morning, agents, and welcome to another daily episode of Target Loot today for Sunday, November 15th. The series that shows you the Target Loot map, farming tips and tricks, vendor reset highlights, and much more. I'm Agent Shadow, and if you enjoy my content, please consider pressing those subscribe and like buttons below. In the pinned comment below, there are links to join my Discord, my clan on all platforms, support my channel like merch and memberships, but we'll cover that and more at the end of the video. Let's get started with the daily reminder first, Dark Zones, highlights from the vendors this week, then DC, and finally, New York City Target Loot highlights last. Alright agents, real quick, this is just your daily reminder to complete your weekly SHG requisition for your first exotic cache and named item. You can complete Summit on any difficulty for your second exotic cache and named item. And then this week, Legendary Mission is Capitol Building Stronghold for your third exotic cache. You can do this up to 4 characters for a total of 12 exotic caches and 8 named items. Alright agents, now we're at the highlights for the Dark Zones, and I wanted to just highlight 2 vendor reset things that I really wanted to show you guys like I've been doing every day. First off, at the clan vendor, there's a Fox's Prayer knee pads with 8% damage to targets out of cover, also rolled with weapon damage as the core, and then crit hit chance as the third attribute slot. It's nearly god rolled, so if you don't have one, pick it up. If you do have a good Fox's Prayer knee pads, I would pick up 1 or 2 just in case, because it's really well rolled. And then of course, that's pretty much it. Cassie isn't really available anymore. She did have a strategic alignment backpack with perfect shock and awe. It had skill tier, skill haste, and crit hit chance, but I don't think she's available anymore now as of Sunday. So in DZ West, we got Fenris's targeted loot. What you can do is farm for the perfect Overwatch talent on the Ferocious Calm chest piece. That is a DZ exclusive if you're looking for that. Now over in DZ South, it's kind of funny, you know, knee pads have kind of been targeted loot a lot lately, this past week or so, and now Murakami is the targeted loot for DZ South, so you can still farm for the Emperor's Guard knee pads with that 1% armor regen on it. You know, it goes really well with Foundry Bulwark, 2-piece Golan gear, Bellstone Armory, so it's definitely worth picking up for sure if you want to farm for it today. Otherwise, in the DZ South vendor, we got a Devil's Due backpack with weapon damage, headshot damage, and explosive resistance rolled onto it. You know, I just rolled that explosive resistance off. And then finally in DZ East, we got Richter and Kaiser. There is no DZ exclusive to farm for, but at the DZ East vendor, there's the named LMG, the new reliable with perfectly optimized. That is well worth picking up for 152 DZ resources. Alright agents, now we're at the Northside Target Loot highlights, and just a reminder that Grand Washington Hotel is invaded this week, and you only got a few more days, so remember, you can farm this for Puck's blueprint, so you can craft the Nemesis at the White House. So if you need to get that Nemesis, and you finally, you know, just need to get it, definitely get it at Grand Washington Hotel this week. As for the targeted loot, we got Badger Tough at Camp White Oak, so you can farm for the 0F's chest piece with Perfect Unbreakable. Absolutely great chest piece to run with DPS builds. We got Sokolov at Coney Island Ballpark if you need Sokolov for your SMG builds. Douglas and Harding at Coney Island Amusement Park, you can farm for the Punch Drunk Mask. That gives you 20% headshot damage baked into it, and goes really well with a Chain Killer headshot damage build. We got Araldo Holdings at Manning National Zoo. Speaking of headshot builds, you usually want a backpack with Vigilance or Composure on it, and you want to roll it with weapon damage, weapon handling, and headshot damage, of course. Kinley College is closed, and Summit you pick your own targeted loot, so let's go ahead and check out what we got on the west side. Alright agents, we're over here on the west side targeted loot highlights. Starting off with the gear sets, we do have Hunter's Fury at DARPA Research Lab, so if you need Hunter's Fury for your SMG or shotgun damage build, you know, you can definitely pick it up today at DARPA Research Labs. Now I got a absolute amazing build I'll put in the top right card now that utilizes Hunter's Fury that you're gonna definitely want to check out. We got Foundry Bulwark at Foggy Bottom, so this is an armor regen tank set. It's pretty good, and you could mix it with all sorts of stuff to make DPS hybrids, but the chest and the backpack are raid exclusive, just like Future Initiative. We got a Close Protocol at West End. Now, this is like a fire damage status effect build. You can run 4 pieces of Eclipse Protocol with the Imperial Dynasty or Vile Mask and run it with 1 piece of Golan gear, and usually run it with Technician, or you could run it with Demolition Spec if you're running the Vile Mask, because it increases the damage of the debuff that the Vile Mask does, because the Concussion Grenade is what scales the debuff damage on the Vile Mask. Otherwise, for normal targeted loot, we got gear system mods at the Pentagon. I always recommend the Pentagon because I believe it's a pretty fun mission and not too hard, or you can just kind of run through it pretty fast. Now, if you run it on heroic, there's a decent shot that you'll get a God rolled mod. People are always looking for 6% crit chance, 12% crit damage, and those 13% protection from elite mods. We got shotguns at Tidal Basin. You can of course pick up the Sweet Dreams exotic shotgun with the Sandman talent on it. One hit anything that is under an elite. And then of course you got the 3 best shotguns in the game. That would be the Mop with 10% armor on kill, the Custom Inmate 70, and the Marine Super 90. We got knee pads at Lincoln Memorial, so you can farm for 2 exotic knee pads, the Ninja Bike Messenger knee pads, and then of course you got the Sawyer's knee pads. Otherwise, what I would do is farm Overlord for sure for the Fox's Prayer knee pads, but I wouldn't even farm for them at all really. I would just go get them at the clan vendor. They're rolled so well, there's no reason to farm for them. We got chest pieces at Roosevelt Island. You can farm for the 2 exotic chest pieces, the Tardigrade and the Ridgeway's Pride, but remember you got to complete that Ridgeway's Pride project first. We got Petrov at Potomac Event Center. You can farm for the Contractor's Gloves with 8% damage to armor. So this goes really well on LMG builds, and it goes really well when you're stacking it with like Walker Harrison Co. 2-piece, for that extra damage to armor. We got submachine guns at Constitutional Hall. You got 3 exotic submachine guns you can get. And you can get the Lady Death, the Chatterbox, and the Backfire. But the Backfire you have to get from the Season 3 reward track first, and the Chatterbox you need to complete the quest first. And if you haven't completed it, I'll put a video that's about 5 minutes long in the top right card. That way you can just see how to do it really fast. We got assault rifles at DCD HQ, so you can farm for the exotic Chameleon. The Eagle Bearer is a raid exclusive for the Dark Hours raid, unfortunately. But you can still get a named AR like the Mechanical Animal of Future Perfection. I believe the Maniac is a DZ exclusive, but you can't get the Burnout named FAMAS. And then of course, the best weapon archetypes for the assault rifles would be the FAMAS and the military AKM. Those are probably the top 2 best ones. And then you can get over here at Bank HQ, Providence Defense. You can farm for the Sacrifice with Perfect Glass Cannon. That amplifies all damage by 30%, but all incoming damage by 60%. But it goes on DPS and skill builds because it's all damage. And then finally, we got masks at Federal Emergency Bunker. You can farm for 2 exotic masks, which is the Coyote's Mask and the Vile Mask. Otherwise, I would farm Douglas and Harding for that Punch Drunk Mask. And then we got holsters at the White House, so of course you can farm for 2 exotic holsters, the Imperial Dynasty holster and then the Dodge City holster. Otherwise, you can farm for a named holster in the Light Zone, which would be the Forge, and that gives you 50% shield health, which is an entire skill tier of shield health to you. Alright, let's go check out the east side. Alright agents, we're over here on the east side, targeted loot highlights. Now, we got a lot of gear set stuff going on here, so I'll get it started. We got ongoing directive at Space Admin HQ today. This is a great bleed build, and I'll put it in the overlay right now. So that would be 4 pieces of ongoing directive with or without the Ridgeway's Pride chest piece. And then I can't remember the last one, but it'll be in the overlay in the bottom left. Now, that's an amazing bleed build, and it's just really fun to run, but usually solo. Tip of the Spear at Southwest, you would farm for, like using your crossbow to one-hit certain things. It's a really niche thing. And Strikers, most people use it for 3 pieces for the rate of fire, especially with the Merciless or something like that. But otherwise, I don't recommend it. And then Hardwire to East Mall you can farm for, but this is going to be weeded out with the new Rigger set. So it's probably not going to be necessary for very long. But until then, and I also got a new build video coming out, hopefully today or tomorrow. I'm editing it currently. It's much better than the 3-piece hardwired, 2-piece Hana-U, and 1-piece Wyvernware with kinetic momentum or glass cannon on your chest, and the force multiplier backpack with perfect combined arms as the backpack, which is Hana-U. That's the ultimate, really, turret drone build that you can run, all the way up until Title Update 11.1. But with my new build, oh my goodness, I can't wait to show you guys. And it's something where you can actually run around. You don't have to sit and cover as well. And it does more damage than that build right there. We got Aces and Eights at Viewpoint Museum. So Aces and Eights is a headshot damage build, or gear set. So you want to run like 3 or 4 pieces with Aralda Holding. I run 3 pieces with 2 Aralda Holding and a Chain Killer chest piece, the perfect Headhunter. And I can get usually 22 million on a headshot. And then, of course, lastly, we got True Patriot Downtown East. True Patriot's amazing. You can run it with LMG builds and even SMG and ARs. I'll put an example of one of my favorite builds in the top right card right now that utilizes True Patriot as an SMG build. And it comes with 4 pieces True Patriot with all armor rolls, a Sokolov chest with Intimidate, and the Memento backpack. Now, that's it for the gear sets. Let's go ahead and check out the regular gear. I don't see a whole lot here. Golan gear is great for the status effects. Alp Summit is good for repair skills, healer builds. Usually you want to get a chest piece with Empathetic Resolve if you can, with skill haste and repair skills. And then Wyvernware is great for that 10% skill damage. Grupo Sombro, you want 1 piece for DPS builds for that 15% crit damage, and then 2 pieces for explosive skill damage builds. It gives you 15% explosives damage as the second piece. As far as backpacks go at Jefferson Trade Center, if you have the Memento already, you can refarm for it and get it to drop as backpack targeted loot. And then, of course, China Lights for explosive skill damage builds. You want to run usually 1 or 2 pieces of that. And Eligard at District Union Arena, that's for shield builds, and you can run that on Legendary today if you want to try to get your best roll possible. And the Marksman Rifles at Judiciary Square, I would say the best Marksman Rifles in the game that are named is the White Death and the Ekim's Long Stick with Perfect Ranger. Otherwise, you can farm for the Mantis, and if you already have it, the Nemesis as well. Alright, let's go check out what we got in New York City targeted loot, and then I'll let you agents go. Alright, agents, now we're lastly at New York City targeted loot highlights, and it looks like this is where really good stuff is. So first off, main highlight, we got LMGs at Wall Street today. So this is the perfect day to get your Bullet King. It's from the main source, which is the boss at the end of Wall Street. Well, it's a Rikers mission, so, if LMGs are targeted loot over here at the Tombs, which is a Rikers mission, or over here at Wall Street, it's the perfect day to get the Bullet King. You also can get the Pestilence, another exotic, and then of course there's named LMGs, and there's quite a bit of them, but I would say the best ones is the Good Times, the Perfect Fast Hands, the new Reliable, and Carnage. We got gloves at Battery Park. You can farm for the exotic BTSU gloves. And then, of course, the contractor's gloves I would farm Petrov for, but you can farm gloves as well for it. And then Seska's for that 10% crit hit chance if you need it. Pistols I don't recommend farming for, and the Card Custom Pistol is a DZ exclusive. Negotiator's Dilemma is a great DPS set, and I'll put a double LMG build that utilizes the Negotiator's Dilemma in the top right card now. Otherwise, I'll just move on. You got Hana-U at the Tombs, so that's where you can farm for the Force Multiplier backpack with perfect combined arms. Excellent for your skill builds right now, and even for in Title Update 12, it's still going to be really good. And you want that with skill haste and skill damage. And the last piece of targeted loot for today would be rifles, so you can get 2 exotic rifles, the Diamondback and the Merciless. And then, of course, the Harmony is a DZ exclusive, unfortunately. But you can get a good classic M1A and put like NSYNC on it for your skill builds. Or if you're running a DPS build, always put either Boomerang, Rifleman, or Ranger on it. Alright guys, that's it for the targeted loot. Now let's go to the outro for everyone that likes to watch to the end. So thank you for that. Alright agents, well that was it for the targeted loot for today. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe, like, and share if you enjoyed my content. If you would like to become a member for support and exclusive perks, you can just click the join button below. I mean, I work really hard on all these videos every single morning for you guys. It takes hours out of my day. I got a family and, I really love making this stuff, but sometimes it can be difficult to do this every single morning. But, I try my hardest. So if you guys can help support me on top of that, it really makes a huge difference. You can also grab some Shadow Gaming merch by clicking the link in the pinned comment and video description below. I got really low prices on everything because Teespring always defaults it to a lot, so you make a ton of profit. But I would rather have a lot less profit and make it more affordable for you guys. But anyway, I got a new hat, actually, a Shadow Gaming hat that's really awesome, and I'm going to grab some when I get paid on the 21st. And I got a promo code for the next 2 weeks until November 30th, I believe it is. Yeah, November 30th. If you use the promo code in the pinned comment below, you get free shipping. You also can support me on alt tech like Patreon and Subscribestar, or subscribe to me on BitChute and Storyfire so I can diversify out to more than just YouTube. But really, if you're still watching this video right now to the end, I really appreciate that. That's really the best way to support me, is just watch from start to finish. And I hope that I make good enough content to where you want to watch from start to finish. Take care, agents, and be sure to stay tuned for more daily Division 2 content. This is Agent Shadow signing off. I will see you in the next video. Take care, agents.